it's crazy, and this is what I often say when people ask me, how is it being married to a woman that used to be gay? And it's like, ultimately, my hope is not in you. My hope is in the God who keeps you. Mm-hmm. And so,
and vice versa. Because people will often ask you, how it is to be married to me, but they never ask me how it is to be married to you.
Yeah,
it's like
a man who had all these relationships and sexual relationships.
It's a lot of skeletons in his closet.
Right.
They still be texting you. Well, they don't text you.
Nah.
They don't text you. But they try to show their face.
And so, and I feel like the next line that I said kind of explains.
I don't remember.
I think I said.
I feel like I'm watching this for the first time.
Reminding us of what God buried, both his struggle and mine. We died together as promised. I live for all the ways he says, I love you without words. When he holds my heart with both hands, I say his name under my breath. You'd have to be him to know what it sounds like out loud.
I promise God I would.
People didn't understand that line.
People didn't get, but that was the most.
It was actually very sensual.
That was the most freakiest line you ever wrote. Listen, that was the most freakiest line Jackie ever wrote in poetry history. Can you explain that line? Come on.
I don't remember it.
You said.
No, it was very low-key sensual.
I remember them as God does. Therefore, I forget them as God does.
When they come to hunt us both, reminding us of what God buried, both his struggle and mine. We died together as promised. I live for all the ways he says, I love you without words. When he holds my heart with both hands, I say his name under my breath. You'd have to be him to know what it sounds like out loud.
I promise God I would love.
If you don't.
It's kind of self-explanatory.
It's not self-explanatory for people who don't write poetry.
I live for all the ways.
He says, I love you.
He says, I love you.
No, I live for all the ways he holds my heart with both hands.
He holds my heart with both hands, and I say your name under my breath. You would have to be him to know what it sounds like out loud. I'm basically expressing Song of Solomon.
I love it.
Love her like fragile hearts can't break. He threw our past into a sea deep as mercy. How dare I dwell on the women she cradled before me when God gave us a right now love. Our marriage is not void of struggle, but when I see her, I don't see her sin. I see a song God is still writing. Every dawn she is cloaked in God's newness. She is a fresh scent on my tongue, a sweet residue left on my lips. When she leaves, I smuggle the memory of her beneath my breath. And when she returns, I kiss her soft, and all of nature begins to sing of God's goodness and how he made our love abstract art.
I vowed to do this. I took this woman, man, to be mine, to have and to hold. From this day forward, for better, for worse, for sexually broken or whole, in imperfection and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us.
Our pace was really off.
Yeah, our pace was off, but
that was good.
It was good, man.
All right.
I miss writing poems with you.
I don't miss writing poems.
I miss writing poems with you, like just spending the time us writing, but I don't miss writing poems.
I don't miss.
You don't miss that either?
No.
Okay.
All right. Bye, y'all.
Peace.